Hi, welcome to my unboxing of the 3 Days of Glory 1805. This is published by Vae Victis. I bought this recently from Second Chance Games. It's a Napoleonic game, obvious. I'm not going to pronounce anything in French as my French pronunciation is utterly terrible. What is good with this series of games, and I've played maybe half a dozen of the games in the series, is that you get full rules in English, which is great. If we have a look at the back, again you've got French and English. You get 2 maps, 648 counters, 2 rule books, 10 scenarios, tables, and a player aid as well. Interestingly, there are a few battles that I've not played, and you also get Austerlitz as well. It's not actually a box. It is, if you can see, it's, sorry, I'm blocking the camera about. It's kind of a paper card folder, gate folder, I would call it, and it neatly tucks in here, as we can see there, and then it opens up, and you get the contents. You get some baggies for the counters, great, and then we'll have a look at the individual components. So if we have a look at the rule book, the rulebook is actually double-sided. Half the rulebook is in English, half of it is in French. Full colour. So this is the 2021 version of the rules. I haven't played a game in this series probably for a few months now, maybe even 6 months now that I think about it. So I'll need to reread thoroughly this set of rules. I've always found the translation of the game very good. Obviously, I believe it was written, the rules were written by Federica Bay, and then translated, and I've always found the translations very good. So you get full colour, game turn, orders and activation, and the orders and the activation is a key component to this game. Movement, stacking. Not huge stacks as I recall in this game. 2 units of the same infantry, cavalry or artillery, same formation. So not huge number of counters in the stacks. Zones of control, artillery fire. I can remember this. Yes, cone of fire example. And the facing of the counters is important in this game. So front, rear. So you don't have a sense of flanks, just the front and the rear. Shot combat, cavalry. So explains how you use the horse. And I can remember there's quite a few rules around the horse and how cavalry charge. So you get a good example of play. Disorder, route, retreat. Nicely laid out. Plenty of space, nice good size font, looks to be very readable, which is great. So only 12 pages of rules, so not a huge amount, and then you get the same thing again but in French. So if you're a French reader, you can read the rule book in French, and it's exactly the same layout as by the look of it. He says, I haven't checked, so I assume it to be the same layout. It's just in French. So yeah, very nice, looks great. So this is the scenario book for the different scenarios. And again, it is, I've just opened the French page, so it is again double-sided. So the English version, Austerlitz 1805. That looks like, just in terms of the types of units, looks like by far the bigger, which makes sense. So rules, specific rules. Here's all of our scenarios. Competition scenario. Historical scenarios. Great. The Battle of Hollabrunn. Hope I'm pronouncing that vaguely right. Then we're on to Austerlitz. 1805 again. Historical. Hypothetical. Specific rules. and the combat of the two guards historical as well. Morning battle for the villages historical. Oh, looks great. Yeah, not too many. So 8 pages of rules and scenario setup. Very, very nice. It's got very very nice quality feel to the paper components of the rule books and the scenario book. Player aid. Here's our terrain effects chart. I'm assuming that it just feel again just a bit higher quality in terms of its finish compared to what I've got in the other games in the series. Very nice. Deployment tables. These look nice, look very clear. So yeah, good stuff. So next up, the counter sheets. You get 3 counter sheets. Looks like we've got some gameplay counters here. Square formation charge, look very nice. And the actual unit counters. They look like they're going to come out of the pieces of card holders very easily. Oh, these look great. What I like about this game series, I really like the sort of period art on all the counters with both the commanders, if that's the right word, and the units themselves. So the different types of cavalry, different types of foot, artillery. They look really nice. Very, very readable as well. So it's very clear the contents of the counters. I'm going to flip this one over to have a look at the back. Very, very, very nice. These look really great. And then we have all the French counters, chasseurs there. Again, the different types of dragoons, different types of cavalry, different types of horse, different types of foot. These look really good. Really great. I can't wait to get these clipped and get them onto the scenarios. They look really, really good. I have to say I'm a big fan of this game series, in case you hadn't noticed. So they look really good. Great work everyone involved on that. So next up, the maps. This is one of the 2 maps that you get. As you can see, this particular map, I guess with this particular battle, there's lots of open ground, nicely laid out, a nice big font on the hex numbers. Thank you. Turn track, very nicely done. One of the things I like about this game series is the size of maps, because depending on what other wargame projects I have, sometimes I quite enjoy a game that, or I enjoy the fact that the game doesn't take up a huge amount of space on one of my tables. So very nice. And then if we have a look at one of the other maps just to compare. Turn it around the right way, that would help, wouldn't it, Matt? Very nice. Yes, this looks great. Very clear hex content. Very clear. I love the art style used on the maps. It feels period, but informative. Very clear from a usability point of view. Looks great. This with those counters is going to just look wonderful. Very clear. All the different types of content of the hexes on the side here. And then I believe if I turn, what I'll do, I'll turn the map round. We'll have a look at the other side. So this is the Austerlitz map. Well, it's actually 2 maps. They sort of slightly overlap, which is very nice. It's quite generous in the overlap. So from a usability point of view, let's just move it back a little bit to roughly where it should be. And again, the contents of the hex is very clear, so the usability of the game looks high. I love the art. Well, this looks great. So this is more like a traditional, I guess what you would call a traditional war game single map, sort of physical size. And then the other two parts of the game using single maps. So you've got a double map, which I will say for the sake of argument, for a standard game is a single map. And then you've got the two smaller maps, which is probably, for those who are familiar, the most thing I would draw similarity to is the maps in Combat Commander, so that sort of size. But this looks great, and it's nice to have. Now this will go into plexi. The paper stock looks nice, looks quite durable, but everything I play pretty much goes under plexi. Even with filming and all the lights, everything goes under plexi, unless it's a mounted board. It looks absolutely great. So yeah, everything looks great, and I think it's probably just worth pointing out. This here in the UK, this was not an expensive game. I think I paid around, say £40, something like that, from Second Chance Games. That is half or a third of a lot of games of this period in terms of price. All the contents look great. The counters look really nice, really, really nice. The maps look great. Rulebook, full colour, player aids. If you're not familiar with this game series, I absolutely love it. I wish more of it was in print. Second Chance have got this in stock, I still believe. If you're in the States, I'm not sure where you would get it from. So if anyone from North America could put something in the comments as to where this can be acquired. For some reason, I think GMT. I don't know. Anyway. But certainly here in Europe, you can buy it directly from Vae Victis website, or if you're in the UK, Second Chance Games. And I think Second Chance will send it out into Europe as well. So yeah, it looks absolutely great. Can't wait to get onto the table. I will do a couple of videos on these particular scenarios. I think it's worth also pointing out 10 scenarios. I'm really looking forward to get into those. So a huge amount of content for your money. It looks absolutely great. I'll do some AARs, some after action reports on some of the scenarios, and then once I've played through all the scenarios, then I'll do a full review. But really, 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 really looking forward to getting this on the table. Looks wonderful. Top job everyone involved. Thanks a lot for watching as ever. Thank you.